Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Edmund in Japan. Welcome to the first video of the year. You might notice that something is different. So I have put on these mitts rather than the hand guards just to test how effective they are. So far I think it's quite satisfactory. So in terms of the protection from cold, I think it's much better than having none of it at all. So normally what happens is on the heating level I will use maybe 4 in this kind of weather condition, 3 or 4, but actually I only needed 1 just to keep my hands warm enough. So I think they are definitely very effective in terms of protecting you from the cold. The downside to this is that I believe there are two or three downsides. So the first one is, of course, it's a little bit cumbersome when you're wearing some gloves to put your hands in. So that's one. Secondly, it's really difficult to reach the right buttons when your hands are in the meat. So just to let you know, just to show you, right? Yeah, it's really difficult to reach to the other side. So that's the second part. The third part is something that's more unique to the NC750X, where because of the DCT model, we don't have a clutch. So you see there's this hole here. This is usually for the clutch lever. So we have that filled up on the right side with the brake lever. So what that means is there is a little bit of cold air that goes inside when you're riding, which is okay. But the thing that's holding this back a little bit if you are using a DCT model is that this thing will flop around like this a lot if your hands are not inside. So once your hands are inside the meat and holding on to the handlebar, it's fine. So it's going to be very stable. So nothing is going to happen. It's not going to fly away. But for example, if you want to, while riding, you want to remove your hand and then do something, right? So let's say you want to open your visor, etc. while riding. So what happens is this thing will start to flop around a little bit. So again, it's not going to fly away because of these tie downs, but it's just yeah, it's just not perfect for DCT bike. Will I change this out with the hand guards? I think someone suggested that I get the GV hand guards. Maybe. So I think so far I'm still satisfied with it. It's actually it works really well. So you can see that it doesn't hit the windscreen at all. Lots of space. So that's great. So today we are at Umi Hotaru. Sorry if I murdered the name, but basically this is the station in the Tokyo Bay area. So I will give you a screenshot of the map in Google Maps to show you where this place is. So it's one of my favorite places if you really want to go somewhere to relax and watch the sunrise or sunset, or watch some ships moving in and out of the Tokyo Bay area. Of course, the toll fee is a little bit expensive compared to other parts of the Japan, but I think it's quite worth it. So if you are coming here, if you are passing through going to Chiba, I think it's worthwhile to just stop at this place and take a break. So yeah, that's my suggestion. So I will take you guys very quickly up the building just to see the view, but I will not stay here for too long because I have another place I would like to go. So maybe I'll catch you up later. Okay, enjoy the tour of this place, and I will catch you in the second part of the video. Alright guys, that was the quick tour around the Umi Hotaru. And now I'm heading towards Chiba. So today is a really wonderful day. So it's a little bit cloudy at the top, but I think overall it's really nice. You heard about these meats just now, so you can see that as long as my hands are inside, it's not going to do anything. But when my hands are out, it starts to flop like this, which I don't like it that much. So it's really because there's no clutch lever, right? But overall, as you can see, it really gives good hand protection against the wind, probably better than the hand guards. So I just wanted to share with you guys a quick shot of the meets while I'm riding. Let me know if you guys have this equipment in your countries as well. I believe so, but I have not seen this in Singapore for obvious reasons, because we don't need this in Singapore. But let me know if you guys are using this. And of course, if you want to know which model I'm using, then please feel free to drop it in the comments, and I can share with you guys which ones I bought. So a little bit about this Aqua line, this connection between Chiba and Tokyo. This is not the only way, of course, to get to Chiba. You can go on the left hand side. It's a big round. You can go through that side and get to the other side of the Tokyo Bay from Tokyo. Or you can take a ferry from Yokosuka. It's about 40 minutes ride one way. The ferry, I believe, is a little bit more expensive than the Aqua line. So as I mentioned earlier, the Aqua line, the toll fees are quite expensive, but actually on weekends and holidays it's discounted, and on these days, right? So if you go to Chiba, if you use the Aqua line during the weekends or holidays, it's actually cheaper than using the ferry. But of course, it really depends on where you live. Yep, I think that's it for now. In the meantime, I will just get to my destination and I will share with you guys how it looks like when I get there. Catch you guys later. Guys, it's me again. So after around 1.5 hours of riding, I have arrived at this place. Ta-da! Yep. So the last time I came here was maybe around 4 years ago. So I was, oh wow. So I was riding my MT-07 and I came out to Chiba, to Choshi, to catch the first sunrise. So it seems to be a thing in Japan to catch the first sunrise during the New Year holidays. So I came here back then on the MT-07 after catching the first sunrise. And ever since then, I think this place is really a nice place to come. You can see there are several motorcyclists as well. So it's a nice place to come to relax, de-stress, and try to catch a glimpse of Mount Fuji. Yep. But this also happens to be one of the narrowest points in the Tokyo Bay area. So here you should be able to catch some planes as well as most of the ships that brings all the containers, the gas, the oil, etc. into the Tokyo metropolitan area. Just give me a second, it's a bit of a climb. You can see that's Yokohama. So you will see kind of a bridge, and then there's some tall buildings there. That's Yokohama, and I hope you can see that. And then on its right, that would be Tokyo Bay. And I was talking about the planes. So these planes are heading into Haneda Airport. And that's Aqua Line. So you will see some white bridge, I hope. You can see that at the horizon. That's where I came from. And yeah, it's a very nice place to relax. You'll see some small islands across the bay. So this used to be, so the Japanese, they used to build cannons, these man-made islands across the bay to defend against foreign invasions. I'm not so sure how much of it was used actually, but so maybe some of you guys might be more familiar about the story. So they were kind of worried about the Europeans or the Americans coming in, because they have seen what some of them have done in China. So they would like to try to protect themselves against foreign influence. So that's why they built these islands. So you also see something similar at Odaiba as well. So if you go to Odaiba, you see some of these small man-made islands across the bay. That's one of the interesting things about this place as well. So behind that, of course, you will see Mount Fuji. Today is still a nice view because you can actually see Mount Fuji because it's reflecting a lot of light. It's covered in snow, but of course still a little bit of clouds, so you will not see that clearly. And then of course on its left, that would be Yokosuka. So earlier I was talking about the ferry, so that's where the ferry will be coming from, roughly the direction. Yep, I think that's all for the video today. So please like and subscribe if you like this video, and if you have any questions about the meat on the NC750X, please also feel free to comment below. Alright, then I'll see you guys in the next video, in the second video of 2022. See you guys.